So, what up everybody? Slashing Through here with another review for you guys, and this time it's Godzilla King of the Monsters. So, first of all, I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. I am a fan, but I will try to not look through this as a fan. I try to be as objective as possible. Um, I will tell you now why this is a good movie, why it hit the right marks, and just the whole understanding of Godzilla finally done right, and that's a big thing. So in 2014, we had a lot of build up before we saw Godzilla, before everything was shown and a full battle was handled. This is not the case right now. The battles are instant. There's no real build up towards any of the kaiju in the movie. Everything has been shown full on. There's no stopping anything, which is a good thing because in the end, this is what we wanted to see. We, as fans, but also the general public, wanted to see more of the monsters. I know that critics are saying there's too much monsters. Uh, there's no such thing as too much monsters. Let's be clear about that. The more, the better. The world that was created, it's really good and it's well done. And the biggest plus is that the whole movie looks so good. It's so much eye candy there. The battles are huge. You really have this grand scale of the battles. They try to not include too much of the environment because of all the mist and the clouds and the thunder that comes with King Ghidorah. But it gives a certain atmosphere that really hits the mark. And it shows that they understood what they were doing. And I believe the makers of the King of the Monsters knew this. They had this fan vision of Godzilla, and it shows. I mean, in any aspect of monsters fighting, they realized everything that what we as fans wanted. So, if you look at this without the fan aspect, you are left with a movie that maybe doesn't build up that well. I mean, the human characters are flat, but I think in the end we cannot blame them. We wanted this to be an action-filled movie where monsters are fighting. This is what you get. This is absolutely what you get. Um, as for character development, well, let's face it, Godzilla has never been about character development. I think there are only a handful of people returning in the movies. Most of the people always get a new cast for each movie, and that's not a bad thing. What we get now is a movie that has flat characters, which in the end don't help the plot that much. And I think that's the main criticism that you can give the movie. The human aspect is not carrying on the plot. They could have done a lot of things to help the plot move forward in a better way, or be like an extra next to the fighting. There are some illogical things happening when the characters, try to free the monsters and stuff like that. But it's a bit of a nitpicking thing because anybody that watches Godzilla knows this. Nobody's watching Godzilla movies for character development. What they could have done more, and this, for instance, what you see with Shin Gojira, is that you can make a political statement. You can give the characters something that reflects real life, and that would have given them more depth. And in this case, they didn't do this. They went full on just for monster action. And if you have that mindset of monsters fighting, this is what I want to see, then this is your movie. If you want to watch Godzilla for anything else than that, I'm sorry. I think that you have to rewatch a lot of the movies, because this is not what Godzilla is. I must say, this is the first time that I think that a Western Godzilla movie actually was showing us what we wanted, and in a way done. It was spectacular. It looked great. It was amazing to see how Godzilla grew in the movie and everything. And you could say, oh, well, I don't really get a connection with Godzilla. Yeah. Again, this is not that type of movie that you would have. Like, if you look at the 2014 version of the movie, it's build up. You have a build up situation. It's kind of like what happened in Predator. I think the Predator just showed for 20 minutes or something in the movie total. And that is the kind of atmosphere they wanted to go with. It needed to be a surprise and a big reveal. But for King of the Monsters, we didn't need a big reveal. So they listened to us. People were saying, okay, we wanted to have more of Godzilla. And that's what you got. You got more of Godzilla. And in the end, this movie, for me, it was so much fun to watch. It was a roller coaster of so many things. And I think one of the biggest compliments that the movie can get is actually feeling like a Godzilla movie. And everything was done so well. The 3D animations and all the special effects and all that sort of stuff. And I believe this will be a great 4K HDR movie with all the color spectrums and everything in there. Yeah, again, this movie for me was really, really nice to see. And it was really good to see like this high budget Godzilla movie coming to life, and they did it absolutely right. They nailed it in any aspect of Godzilla. Again, don't watch this for character development, because that's not what you're gonna get. All the critics saying, "Oh no, this is not a way to go," etc., etc. We are not interested in getting sequels with all these big name stars. Probably there will be a few coming back, but it's not about that. You want to see this for the action, and definitely see this. It's worth the time. It's worth your money at the cinema. Really, really well done. I'm pleased. I give Godzilla King of the Monsters 8 out of 10. If the plot was a bit better, I would have rated it higher. At this point, I would say 8 out of 10, and I think that's a very fair grade. I think they did everything what they needed to do. They showed us that they can do it, and there's so many Easter eggs in this movie. Really, I have to watch it again, because I couldn't keep up with it. There's so much fan service going on. For me, that's a very good thing. For the normal viewer, it can be a bit. How to say that in the best possible way? It can be a bit overwhelming. It can be a bit mixed, but because they don't know what's going on, they don't know all the monsters that are being featured, for instance, or maybe it's a bit overwhelming. For a Godzilla fan, instant watch. Make sure you watch this. Make sure you can make this a success, because definitely we want more of this. And the next step, what will be the next step? The next step will be Kong versus Godzilla. So I'm pumped up for it. I'm gonna watch it for sure. This was my review. I hope you guys liked it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And until next time.